Robbie in Croydon. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Dotun. How are you?
Very
I'm well, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Look, we're talking about knife crime, yes, again. Is the Prime Minister right to say that it's not just about police numbers, or are these leading policemen right, saying, look, the numbers and the rise in knife crime, those things are connected, aren't they?
Via the Prime Minister saying statistically there's no correlation as in the reduction of police or public safety officers, you can then analyse the diverted budget that should have been going to these local communities that has now been redirected to counter-terrorism, which is yet to be discussed, and the amounts are eye-watering. That should have been redirected into opportunities for the African and the African Caribbean communities that are now being brainwashed into inflected language that's called IRAB, and it's a specific caste system language to demise and to reduce the African and African Caribbean communities by purposely, terminally using the caste and apartheid language black. And in the terminology of black and minority ethnic, that means minority ethnic African Arabs, minority ethnic, with expansion and an extension of the language. So white people, as in English, Irish, Welsh, Scottish, Cornish, are being reduced with the same apartheid language purposely by a backstop, which is the Crown Estate, that is entangled with the general public. The general public now have a corporate cyber takeover where the English language is now being demised to read Asian, black and white, meaning Asian as in inflected Arab Muslim Asian. So there is a very sinister narrative to the undertone of the conversation, and there should be an African Caribbean minister representing the local communities, because the government cannot be trusted.
Who's responsible, though, ultimately, for the spate in knife crime? Who's actually responsible? I do take your point that you have to be careful about the language and the narrative behind this, and also the hidden sort of, the hidden underlying...
The Windrush scandal, The Windrush scandal is on parallel with the Profumo affair. This government should have resigned. It cannot be trusted. You've got metropolitan police officers that are attached to the Crown Estate. They're not an extension of the general public. This is an interference with the public affairs to manage their affairs and to have the right to self-determination. We are locked into a blue blood supremacy backstop that hasn't been spoken about, and there should be a public purse minister, and all titles deemed Her Majesty or His Majesty should then be dissolved and redirected to the public purse department or compartmentalisation, that then the public purse strings are attached to the general public and they have control of spending, not this separation of powers, which is a hoax.
There's a lot to think about there, Robbie, and thank you very much. I really appreciate it.